When did the first female fight in the UFC happen? Look that up. Because I remember when I went to go see Nate Diaz versus Jim Miller, the press conference for that, and not the press conference, the weigh-ins for that in New Jersey, Ronda Rousey was in the crowd. And she got a crazy pop. She was not in the UFC yet. She was still a strike force.
She was a strike force, and she got a crazy pop.
But a crazier pop than any of the UFC guys. Everyone rushed to her cameras, and I was like, whoa, this is great. I got a picture with her outside.
Wow.
Yeah, I cared. When was the first UFC fight? Female.
First women's
February
UFC
2013.
Wow, shut up, Coop. Suck Vic's dick. Suck Vic's dick.
Got to be a little bit quicker, Coop.
I'm sorry, Vic, what'd you say?
Nothing. I was just giving Koopa Loop some crap. Right
No,
there.
what was the date?
Oh, what was the date? February 2013.
Wow, dude.
Well, didn't Ronda Rousey recently said on a podcast, was it? It's somewhere here in the notes, that she would come back to MMA, but only for one fight. It was on the Kurt Angle show.
Wait, this is true? This is in the notes? I didn't see this in the notes at all.
She said there's only one, here's the quote, there's only one person I would come back for. It's not like it's something new. I'd come back for Gina Carano.
No. Really?
That's what she said.
That's the fight.
Where is this in the notes? I don't see this.
It's in there.
Ronda
It's on
Rousey said she'd only return to MMA for Gina Carano.
I don't have
fight.
this. I don't have that page of notes.
Well, I'm not going to give it to you because then I won't have
Can
it.
I see the page of notes, please? I was so upset that Vic didn't give me any other notes besides these pages, and there's a whole other page of notes that I just didn't get, and it's Natalie's fault. Wow. Wow.
I think you have it.
You bitch. Are you out of your fucking mind? If I have it, I mean, I'll give you $100.
100? Make it 1,000.
Nope.
I just want the fans to know they can thank me on Twitter because I brought MMA back to the podcast.
You did bring. Did I not? As before we started, the microphones off. I was like, let me look up some other stories because Vic failed us this week.
And I had all of the notes, and I went, yeah, dude, do it. Look them up. You want some more stuff? Go for it.
I was so upset that there was nothing except for the fights in my notes, and I was like, okay, there's not that many stories from the fights.
Well, how about that story? Well, I will personally say that potential Ronda Rousey Gina Carano fight, I have zero interest in seeing.
Zero interest. Gina Carano compiled a 7-1 record while competing for Elite Extreme
It's
Strike
just
Force.
not a fight.
Listening to Cyborg.
Cyborg beat the shit out of her
to a point where it was like, please stop.
Listen, I like Gina Carano. She's a movie star. She's got great takes on the Holocaust. I like her, but I have no interest in seeing her come back and fight Ronda Rousey. Like Ronda Rousey was, whatever the reason why, I don't know what the reason is why this is the one fight she'd come back for, but Ronda Rousey was she may have lost to Amanda Nunes and Holly Holm real bad, but she did stop Sarah McMahon in 20 seconds in the first round. She was she beat a lot of very good fighters. She's beating all
the girls that are the top, still in the top fucking 10.
So
Misha Tate,
the idea that she should come back and fight Gina Carano just makes no sense. I mean, I have no interest in seeing it.
It's a legend fight, but it's the equivalent, and I think this is a great analogy. It is the equivalent of Matt Hughes fighting Hoist Gracie. And we watched that fight happen, and you realize that the evolution between those two fighters and where it was at, and Hoist Gracie is without Hoist Gracie, Matt Hughes doesn't exist in MMA, right? But the reality was you watched an extremely evolved fighter compete against a guy who was fairly, one-dimensional, fairly limited.
I thought Hoist won that.
Well, look, it was a robbery. It was a highway robbery. We all agree with that.
He was about to buck out and turn over the
and then the judge. Yeah, it was crazy. So the point, though, is that Gina hasn't fought since 2009. 14 years, hasn't competed. She's also kind of chunky now. She's not she's not like an athlete. Like you see some of these guys, Michael Bisping still trains every day. He runs through the fucking hills. You're not. It's not that. Like Gina Carano's become sort of a chubby actress, and I like Gina Carano. I used to think she was so hot. Pull up the picture of Gina Carano biting her lip. It's maybe the hottest photo of anybody anywhere. Or the old ones of Gina doing the weigh-ins with her fucking abs, dude. When Gina popped, she was one of the hottest women alive. Ronda Rousey never really had that. Ronda Rousey was kind of cute, was a way more talented fighter, and put MMA on the map.
Ronda Rousey popped because she was dominating everyone.
Yeah,
and
she was
like,
the fucking
at the
Mike
time, the
Tyson
highest
of
level.
female
Yeah.
MMA. She was, quote unquote, knocking everybody out with these arm bars, and she was able to sort of capture. And she had an intensity to her. She was just so look. Oh my god, she bites her lip. Shut up, you fucking bitch.
Why is she even making that
I don't know.
face? It's
She's
so
looking
weird.
right at me. What a whore.
She's
Stop
trying
it.
to fuck the camera.
Stop it, Gina. You're so hot. She was so hot. Pull up her in her like underwear with her abs weighing in. Look at Natalie getting all fucking gushy. Look at Natalie sliding out of her chair right now.
Yep, you know it.
I know what's going on.
I think it was Henry Ford who once said, I gave my last $10 to watch Gina Carano.
Oh yeah.
I knew I was gonna love.
Look, I mean, dude, look how fucking hot she was back in the day. And by the way, this is when women were fighting 3-minute rounds. 3-minute rounds because they thought that you guys couldn't handle your lung capacity, couldn't handle a 5-minute round. It's crazy how disrespectful they were to women.
Yeah, they were. And then Cyborg came in and just
Put a beat down on her. It was pathetic.
just really beat her down. But anyway, I just don't see. First of all, I don't think Ronda Rousey should come back to fighting. I don't think people like that.
But look, no, Ronda can still compete in the top 10.
Maybe.
So
who
I think
knows?
she
Who
could.
knows where Ronda Rousey's at exactly? I think there's like a thing in fighting, in UFC fighting. Let me say that it's not the type of thing you shouldn't have 1 foot out and 1 foot in. You shouldn't go, I guess maybe I'd come back, but only fight this person. That's not a good idea. You should either be like, I'm making a comeback. I'm making this my life. I'm training full time to come back to compete in MMA. If Ronda Rousey wanted to do that, I'd go, hey, that's okay. Let's fucking get her
Agreed.
back. If you're just saying, I'll take this one fight that seems like a very easy fight for me, it's like
Devil's
probably
advocate.
this shouldn't
Devil's
happen.
advocate. I mean, I pay to watch a Jake Paul fight. So.
But that's why I said in the
Ronda
UFC.
Rousey,
That's why I said in the UFC. Go fight another
But
organization.
similarly to Brock Lesnar or Hoist Gracie or anybody, any of these fucking guys that are this like whatever status, if Hoist Gracie wants to come back and do a super fight against some old aging fucking legend,
I'd
and
watch.
if the UFC wanted to do it, I'd have no problem with it. And that's sort of what this
probably
is.
should- but that probably
I'm
shouldn't
just
be in the
saying this is
UFC.
the equivalent of Matt Hughes wanting to fight Hoist Gracie. He knew what was going to fucking happen. It was sort of a stupid fight to make.
It's a little different.
Gina Carano versus Ronda Rousey makes absolutely no sense.
I agree. But again, just to be Matt Hughes was the fucking welterweight champion of the world when he fought Hoist Gracie. He was like I think it was a title fight. I'm not sure if the title was on the line or not. But Matt Hughes was the champ. Like he fought him when
crazy.
he was at his absolute.
It's
So
crazy.
that was like
No, you're
more
right. You're right.
insane.
It is
This
more
is a
insane.
little bit different, but it's still both of them coming out of retirement. It just doesn't make
Remember,
any
we really
fucking
thought
sense.
Hoist was going to win. Me and Dave with a clear conscience.
Nah, I thought
Dave, you don't remember? You don't remember how positive we were Hoist was going to
No,
win that
I
fight,
wasn't
dude.
positive Hoist was
Oh,
gonna
I was
win.
positive.
No,
was
I
like,
knew
dude,
there was a
it's
good
jiu-jitsu.
chance.
He's going to take him down. He's going to go into his guard. It's the Gracie guard. I was like, once he's in his guard, it's over. I mean, he has no way to get him. He's not going to strike him. He doesn't strike. Hoist will probably beat him on
You found out so quick into that fight that you were wrong. You were like, oh, he got him in his guard, and it doesn't mean anything. Oh my god, it means nothing. Oh my god, he's better at jiu-jitsu than him. Holy
This
shit.
white guy from fucking Iowa is better at jiu-jitsu than Hoist Gracie. No, get off him.
Yeah, it was
It was a 9-title catch weight, by the way. 9-title catch.
a non-title catch.
Non-title
Right.
catch weight, right?
But Hughes was the champion of the world at the time. It was that was like a real this fight shouldn't be happening fight.
Yeah.
But hey, it was a moment in MMA history.
It was a moment in MMA history.
Yo!